you're in school, here's some witchy tips for you.
Witchtok, the witchcraft videos with billions of views.
And I remember just seeing this girl who was like, so here's my crystals, and here's like my tarot cards, and they made it look like it was like, it's just like this cutesy thing that we're just gonna do, you know? And I was like, but that's witchcraft. And like back in the heyday, like the Salem witch trials, like people were not having it, you know?
Donald Trump, Putin, Charlie Kirk, people really find controversial, may or may not like. There are evidences that people actually are putting spells on all of these people as well. This is from Wired. It says TikTok has become the home of modern witchcraft. The fastest growing religion among young people in America is Wicca and witchcraft.
Yeah.
And I was just in the UK, and while I was in Canada earlier this summer, this thing is huge. One of the pastors in London told me this a few years back that for every Christian pastor in London, there are 30 witches.
Oh, wow.
And all weekend, these witches pray for the destruction of Christian churches. Wow. And he said, one of the, he couldn't make a matter of fact statement. He said, but possibly one of the evidences of this is that the churches in England are becoming pubs and mosques rather than churches anymore. That in fact, this is happening. One of the interesting things, and there's even men like Donald Trump, Putin, Charlie Kirk, people really find controversial, may or may not like. There are evidences that people actually are putting spells on all of these people as well.
There was an article on a website called Jezebel where, and this was back, it was published September 8th, but they paid this editor, whoever did this on Jezebel, they paid a couple of Etsy witches to have a curse on Charlie Kirk.
Wow.
And so if you go back, I think they actually like paid the Etsy witches like August 24, and the Etsy witches said, oh, it'll take a couple weeks, 2-3 weeks for this to take effect. And if you scroll down like in the article, one of the like witches was like burning a photo of Charlie Kirk. It was like one of the things that they did. And so part of me wonders, like, how does that fit? How does the spiritualism aspect of it fit when you have somebody trying to curse somebody else in today's society?
Well, if they can put spells on them, they can put spells on anyone. Right?
Yeah.
And so there is a new world where these things are unveiled. And we'll talk more about them in some other sessions, but these things are being unveiled and released onto society where spiritualism. So let me look at I have a couple more of these. Witchtok, the witchcraft videos with billions of views. Billions of views.
Crazy.
And it's called Witchtok, not TikTok. It's inside TikTok.
Wow.
So they call it Witchtok. And so here's one, Witchtok. The rise of the occult on social media has eerie parallels with the 16th century.
I remember a while ago, I was working on some kind of a video. I don't even remember what topic it was on. It was an ALD live show. And I was looking for some videos on witchcraft and social media. And I remember just seeing this girl who was like, yeah, and so here's my crystals, and here's like my tarot cards. And they made it look like it was like, it's just like this cutesy thing that we're just going to do, you know? And I was like, well, that's witchcraft. And like back in the heyday, like the Salem witch trials, like people were not having it, you know? I'm not saying we should do that now, but what I'm saying is that the mindset of people has completely shifted. It's popular now to become witches, like you said, because of TikTok. Ad break.
You might experience something similar this year, hearing those familiar words.
Trick or treat.
But instead of giving them a trick or a treat, give them truth. Get our new sharing cards on spiritualism and witchcraft and give them something better. One of the things that fueled this during the COVID and the shutdown was people felt powerless. And they say that as they were home digging around on the internet, and this stuff's just like prevalent all over the place, it was like offering you power for, you know, like something where like now I can control this. And that's really what it's about. It's like, I want to control the elements. I want to control the things. And I mean, it's really taking the miracles and the position that God has for us away from God and going, I'm going to put it in my own hands.
Yep.
Well, it's been served to society And, we did one on just spiritualism. It starts with shows like Bewitched.
Yeah.
I was
crazy.
listening to C.D. Brooks preaching from like the 70s, and he brought that up. He's like, Bewitched and the ghosts next door or something. And he was naming some of these TV shows that seemed relatively
Scooby-Doo,
innocent.
all that stuff.
Yeah, I watched Scooby-Doo.
Right? So, and Scooby-Doo changed. At first, it was always a hoax. The first few seasons, then it was real. Real ghosts and real stuff by the end of the show, or by the reiteration of the show. So it was served in, but that just exposed you to it, gave you interest in it. What social media has done is found a way to make you participate in it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I remember I grew up on Harry Potter. Like, I was younger and Harry Potter came out for the first time. And then after watching the movies, we started going to the library and reading the books. And then we got the video games. And now I was doing it in the video games. And in my mind, I wanted to be like Harry Potter. I was actually saying out loud these spells that I was supposed to do in the video games. Because it becomes real, And the same thing here. Now, they're teaching you how to actually do it. So it's one step further, which back then, you did it in a video game. And it made me do it. Technically, like just say the spells, but now it's like, no, we're actually going to teach you how you can do it.